This is another coding challenge. I'm working on these to get better at leak codes and better at problem solving in general. So this one is given a string and a pattern, find out if the string contains any permutation of the pattern. So if it has a substring, that is a permutation of that pattern. So for example, given this string here, you'd return true because it does contain BCA, which is a permutation of ABC. So what's my plan to solve this? Basically, I would create a hash map of the character counts of the permutation. So, and the key will be the characters of the distinct characters of that permutation, and then the value will be an array where the first index value, the 0th index value, is the expected counts, so what are actually in the pattern, and then the second index value, or the 1th index value, would be the actual counts like within the substring that I'm currently at while I'm iterating over the characters of the given string, OIDBCAF in this case. So while I'm iterating through that, those characters of that string, if the current character is in the hash map, if it is a character of the pattern, then I want to increase the current count for that character. So the second index value of that array that's within my hash map for that character. And I want to signify that this is a current possible permutation or run, like we're in a run currently. And then if it's not in that hash map, what I want to do is first check if it's in a run, and then if it's in a run, I want to reset all those values up until that point, those counts, and regardless, switch the Boolean value to false, signifying that I'm now no longer in a possible permutation as I'm iterating through. So just checking out that actual code here, getting an array of runes because this is Go, because I don't want to iterate over the actual bytes. And then essentially getting the character counts for the pattern. Instantiating my Boolean value, signifying if it's a potential permutation to false to start out with. I'm iterating over those characters of the string. If it is in there, increase that count, and then signify that we're in a possible permutation. If it's not, and we are in a run, and it's not the last character of the string, I want to reset all those values. And then if it's not if the current character is not a character of the permutation, I want to signify that it's not a possible permutation no matter what. And then at the end, just iterate through all the characters within the permutation and see if the found counts are greater than or equal to the expected counts. If they are, then just continue. If not, I want to return false. So this actually works for the tests that are on Educative, where this problem is from. However, it fails one test. So let's see here. Yeah, so it passes all these, but the bad thing is if this ABC was at the beginning of this string, I just actually have a test showing this. So if there is a string where there is a permutation, but it's at the beginning of the string followed by characters that are not in the permutation, it fails because once it gets to that J, then it resets all of the counts so far, even though we've actually had a permutation of that pattern. So, yeah, so I didn't actually get this one yet. It's not actually done yet. What I need to do instead of just resetting all these values is I just need to check the current counts, and if I just need to do this essentially, and if the current substring that I'm iterating over has all the correct counts for those characters, then I just need to return true, instead of just like resetting them and then checking again at the end. So yeah, that would be the correct way to solve it, I believe. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, or maybe I will just move on to another problem. But regardless, I'm just going to continue doing these. So yeah, thanks. Bye bye.